Dobre Rano, Bitcoin. Today is Tuesday, October 10th, 2017. My name is Thomas Hunt, and here's what's happening today in Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin was up 5.76% in the last 24 hours, with a last of 48.32, a high of 48.39, and a low of 45.65. Prague Hackers Congress to address financial freedom. The Hacker Congress in Prague that I just went to was recently covered by the Associated Press, or the AFP News. Different thing, I think. They quote about how the technology will allow users to shake off economic dependence on the state and achieve financial and personal freedom. The article cites Amir Taki, as well as many others, including Smuggler, who were featured on the World Crypto Network. Check out our interviews below. Bitcoin rallies to a one-month high, but experts warn of a volatile upcoming event. Could these be the same financial experts that called it a bubble and tulips? Do they really know what they're talking about when it comes to Bitcoin? Could they fix your computer? Do they know how to install Linux? I don't think so. Bitcoin will eventually collapse. Yet another economist, the former chief economist of the International Monetary Fund, is spreading his own brand of FUD about Bitcoin. It's a bubble, it's tulips, it's collapsing, but it keeps collapsing upward. A Bitcoin crash could really punish these stocks. Just a few months ago, the mainstream media was singing the praises of Intel and AMD for finally realizing that people could use their chips to mine Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. But now, suddenly, these companies have become too dependent on Bitcoin, and they could crash if Bitcoin crashed. Or they could crash upward. Here's why Bitcoin won't replace gold so easily. He doesn't seem to have a single point, but he just believes that it's hard to kill gold because it's a safe haven. And unlike crypto, gold doesn't require electricity to trade. That's a benefit. Let's try this again. Unlike email, normal mail doesn't require electricity to send. Therefore, you're going to be sending a lot of normal mail in the future. Get those letters and pens out. Does anybody have a stamp? Why can't gold compete with Bitcoin? Because it's heavy, because it's expensive, and because you have to hire someone to carry it around with you. Then you have to hire someone else to do the security. It's a huge pain. Why not just have a paper wallet or a brain wallet or a Trezor wallet in your pocket or deep in your bag? It's so much lighter, so much easier. It's almost like email. Bitcoin is closing in on its all-time high. But I thought it was dead and it was a bubble. Oh well. Market update. The Bitcoin price rocket blasts off again. Great work from Jamie Dimon, who also predicted the upgrade, saying that Bitcoin markets were behaving like a shaken can of soda, ready to pop. 4 things that could take Bitcoin prices above $5,000. Well, the Chinese could undo their ban, allowing cryptocurrency in their markets again. Probable. There could be a financial collapse like the 2008 to 2009 collapse, which, since we haven't changed anything since then, it's very likely we're just blowing up the same bubble over and over again as the continual cycle of boom and busts continued, despite the institution of the Federal Reserve, a central bank started in the 1920s, that was supposed to reduce boom and bust cycles, but actually made them more steep, more violent, and more destructive. Then there could be a regional war in North Korea or the South China Sea, disrupting trade, or perhaps the Middle East, where Saudi Arabia and Iran are moving closer to war. And there could always be positive news, such as endorsement by a major Wall Street institution, such as Goldman Sachs, whose CEO has tweeted 7 times in 3 years. One of those times was about Bitcoin, and he didn't dismiss it like all the others. He said he was still thinking about it. And when a smart, rich man is thinking about it, we'll just have to wait and see. Introducing the new celebrity accessory, Bitcoin-style cryptocurrencies. While no one seems as smart as the Winklevi who got in early, backed the winner, Bitcoin, Paris Hilton and now Wu-Tang Clan's Ghostface Killer are getting into ICOs. As Floyd Mayweather said bravely and boldly, gonna make a shit ton of money on 2 August on the stocks ICO. Once again, they're promoting nothing but themselves, but it's interesting to see as both Paris and now Ghostface Killer, who's rewritten his classic Wu-Tang hit, Cream, Cash Rules Everything Around Me, and started a new company, Cream Capital, called Crypto Rules Everything Around Me. I think he's right about one of those things. Thanks so much for watching today in Bitcoin. It's probably my last day in Prague. It's raining outside, which is usually a sign that it's time for me to go. I'm thinking about doing a 4 or 5 hour bus ride to Vienna. I met some people at the conference who are from Vienna, so I hope to stay with them. I think that'd be great. I'm staying in an Airbnb right now with an incredible wooden elevator that was worth the subscription, or worth whatever it costs, and a really nice cat named Moko. But we're out of time to today. Please donate if you like the show, if you like seeing pictures of museums and statues as I'm on my trip. And YouTube doesn't exactly give you a travel budget. They don't chip in more money just because you're on a trip. Also, I wanted to show my Paralensi Polis. They hooked us up with a shirt. As you know, at most conferences, I'm usually upgraded to VIP. And this time they upgraded me to crew. It says an HCPP 17 shirt. Had a great time at Paralensi Polis and hope to go back there next year. And now, in closing, a reading from The Great Gatsby. Gatsby's house was still empty when I left. The grass on his lawn has grown. The grass on his lawn has grown as long as mine. I spent my Saturday nights in New York because those parties of his were with me so clearly that I could still hear the music and the laughter from his garden and the cars going up and down his drive. On the last night, with all my things packed and my car sold, I went over and looked at that enormous house once more. On the white steps, some boy had written a dirty word, which stood out clearly in the moonlight. I rubbed it out with my shoe. Then I wandered down the beach and sat on the sand. Most of the big houses along the shore were closed now, and there were hardly any lights. As the moon rose higher, the houses began to melt away until gradually I became conscious of the old island there, where the first Dutch sailors had landed, a fresh, green beast of the New World. The green trees that had made the way for Gatsby's house had whispered once to these sailors on the shore. For a short magic moment, they must have paused, face to face for the last time in human history, with a new world, the greatest of all human dreams. And as I sat there thinking of the old, unknown world, I thought of Gatsby's wonder when he first picked out the green light at the end of Daisy's seawall. He had come a long way to this blue lawn, and his dream must have seemed so close that he could hardly fail to seize it. He did not know that it was already behind him, somewhere back in that enormous darkness beyond the city, where the dark fields of the Midwest rolled on under the night. Gatsby believed in the green light, the magic promise of the future. He didn't realize that as we reach forward toward the dream, it moves ever further away from us. We press on like boats against the current, and all the time we are carried back into the past. Bye bye.